Hey everybody, welcome to GeekStorm. I'm Sean Hilton, owner of Comics Cube, founder of the Kokomo Con, putting on a scholarship and doing all kinds of great stuff. Today I am joined by two great friends in Nicholas something. That's Robert Nicholas Gray and Michael Allen Harrison.
What?
Yay! Mike will be going to the seashore later. You'll be able to catch him, do some laps with him.
If I had a time machine, because the seashore was in 1984. But
Kokomo
go ahead
Beach. Go to Kokomo Beach.
Oh, is it? What is it?
It's Kokomo Beach.
Oh, is it? I thought it was the seashore.
No, it hasn't been the seashore in 20 years,
Sure.
probably.
I've never gone. So, hey, this week,
10,
Roseanne Barr loses the highest-rated primetime Emmy 18 to 45 show in a matter of one tweet. Go.
Wow, yeah, it was a thing. So I saw a cover posted that had Roseanne and Cosby both on the cover, and it made me laugh because, like, both of them, just
beautiful.
Done. TV Guide.
Wow.
Do they still make TV Guide?
Yeah, I think they do.
Absolutely, but it's full size now. It's not small.
It's full size?
Probably
Who wants that?
It's probably mostly digital too now. Most of their
I
sales.
imagine. I mean, there's a thing. I can press the TV Guide button on my controller. And
So I mean, it comes back, does huge. It is allocated to get a second season after only one episode,
which is pretty freaking impressive.
It was. I mean, and now, boom, done. So quick.
Yeah, I was like, it wasn't even like there wasn't even a debate because a lot of times when they're like with some of that they're like, you have like a week or 2 weeks of like the debate and like well, maybe it'll die down, no one will remember, and then all of a sudden no, there was like canceled.
I need a better news cycle.
Even,
something bad needs to happen to somebody quick.
Yeah, I don't even know how many hours it made it before they were just like and we're pulling out. And
I had actually heard about the cancellation before I'd even heard about the tweet. Like it was a one and done deal.
Same for me. I was like, Roseanne Barr canceled. I saw that headline. I'm like, well, I thought they just renewed that show for like a season and a half or something.
I'm like, what did they cancel? Oh,
yeah.
Because Ambien makes her racist.
I like. Did you see?
Not according to Ambien.
Yeah. Did you see their?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, their responses to us. It was like, while there are many side effects to a multitude of the drugs that we make, it was like,
racism ain't one of them.
Racism has never been one of the.
Oh, it was great. So she's leaving her and John Goodman both give up $250,000 an episode.
That's more than I make a year.
It's crazy. And you know what? So maybe I got an idea. People stay off Twitter. One, you know what? Even easier. Just don't be racist. Two, stay off Twitter.
The worst part is the 400 people that make $20 an hour. You know, being out of work.
Craft services.
Yeah, that's the worst part of it.
So,
who did nothing.
Well, and also
except
like,
their jobs.
Those guys, but like the chick who plays Becky, I haven't seen her in anything in forever. This was like, this is probably big for her.
Becky?
Both. Well, no, one Becky's done fine. The original Becky, and then the DJ kid also. Sarah Gilbert. She's doing all right. But
which was Sarah Chocolates?
No, Sarah
Gilbert is her actual name. Sarah Gilbert's her name. Yeah. She's on The View or The Talk or one.
Oh, her.
She does something like this, but is more successful.
So the other Becky's Sarah Chocolates. So the other Becky, because she's the voice on Rick and Morty. She's the mom.
Really?
She's Beth.
So again, she's doing all right.
Yeah, she's doing fine.
She's doing
fine. And that just got renewed for, well, not just, but it got renewed for 70 episodes.
70 episodes, but we don't know for how long that.
Yeah,
how long that'll
we don't know, because they've done 10. They've been doing 10 episode seasons, and it takes like 2 to 3 years to make a 10 episode season. Okay. So yeah, we're good through seasons for like 2042, I believe.
Wow. I will be dead before.
I did math one day, and it was something crazy long.
Then in comic book movie news, Jamie Foxx has been confirmed to be playing Spawn in a new Todd McFarlane decent budget production of Spawn. So originally came out in the 90s and was like an HBO series for a hot minute.
I forgot about that.
So now all of a sudden they're coming back with an R rating, which I think Deadpool and Logan have both kind of paved the way to get an R-rated movie done. Spawn really kind of needs it.
An R, yeah.
He was a harder edge comic even back in the day.
Yeah, back when Spawn came out, it was definitely one of the more graphic, like darker comics when that came out.
They were doing some horrible things. And with Jamie Foxx, they get a well-known actor, they get a popular guy, and they get an Academy Award winner from Ray. So
he's going to throw it all away.
Well,
hopefully not. But.
He is a lot like Cuba Gooding Jr., where he got the Oscar. Everybody seems to like him, but he does some weird projects. Like he's like, boom, Ray, Academy Award, boom, television show. Like I think he does like a new version of like Name That Tune or something with his daughter using new tracks and stuff.
It's weird to think like gone are the times when. If you moved out of TV and went to movies, you never went back. You never did TV. No, that was like now like people like flip flop back and forth. But I still think that the media has changed a lot. And like
it has. But you don't see George Clooney like going, I'm going to do an ER reunion. You know, he's going to sit there.
Well, now there's a spot. Roseanne's canceled, so ER.
There's no spot.
Different network.
So maybe we get the
they can't buy it?
Maybe we get the Connors, where she died a horrible death, and the rest of the family. Because I really enjoyed that show. Maybe the Cosby Show comes back as Theo.
I just don't know if you could bring the Cosby Show back.
I think you get all of them except for Dad's dead, and Theo's trying to help Mom out. It'd be great.
That I'd imagine that
I'd watch
he
it.
may own probably some of the.
He might. Seeing it was named him.
Just like Roseanne may own some of the stuff for
That's
Roseanne.
true.
So you may not be able to do any of that kind of stuff.
That's great. I love it.
You got a list there. What's on your list?
Yeah, you look
Give
all
me
left out.
notes.
It's like you showed up, but you didn't show up.
Spawn's gonna be a horrible piece of crap. Nobody's gonna go see
Probably.
that.
Wow. Well, with that kind of attitude,
My attitude has nothing to do with the quality of the show.
And say
I mean, what have you seen that we haven't seen already? Have they talked about a budget? Do they have a writer, a script? So Mike deems that Spawn is going to be a horrible pile of crap.
Number one, McFarlane's gonna direct. Okay.
Is he really?
Yes.
That's a done deal. We know
Yes.
that. Oh.
Yeah.
They let Frank Miller direct. That
What? RoboCop 2?
that went badly as well. No, he did like Sin City 2 or something.
No, did he?
Spirit. Yeah, these
Yeah,
all went.
these are all big
These all
blockbusters we're
went
talking about.
badly.
I remember enjoying Spawn when years ago the comic book came out, and then that movie being awful, and then but I haven't probably read Spawn since the '90s or even looked at a book, so I don't know.
Not very many other people.
I also don't know if I can't remember enough of any of the storylines.
How many issues of Spider-Man a week do you sell?
800. Oh,
I know it's 800, but what?
25.
25. How many issues of Spawn a week do you sell?
depends on how many covers, but 3 to 4 copies.
Customers.
Yeah, 3 to 4. So,
Yeah, nobody cares about Spawn.
I think that could be said a lot.
Speaking of, well, tell us about Spidey 300 or 800. That was a big deal, right?
Marvel came out with the Spidey 800 this week, and it was massive, but it had a gajillion covers. I mean, it had like 12
That's
different
a lot.
covers,
12 is a
and
lot.
it was a $10 book.
Wow.
Wasn't a special.
$120 to get all of
So
them.
I'm sold out. I made my money. I did well with it. Thank you, Marvel. On the other hand, as a fan, because I like to be able to like box, compartmentalize these things. Retailer made a lot of money. That's awesome. Fan, if you want to do a $10 Spidey book, then make it a special or something that's not part of something I have to have. But if I've been collecting Spidey since 600, all of a sudden 800 comes out. They've been $3.99 for this entire time. Now all of a sudden the book is $10. Now yes, it's like quadruple sized or whatever,
Well.
but still, I just had to pay, a little over twice what I normally have to pay for one of these books, and that seems to be that is a bit more of a money grab than I as a fan appreciate. And even as a retailer, I'm like, I was very cautious with my orders on the book based on that price point. Now this ends Dan Slott's run, and it's going to start over with a new number 1, but until they get to like 900, in which case then they'll just renumber the damn thing and do whatever they want. So Marvel is doing a lot of big books like this. We're seeing their legacy characters coming back. Steve Rogers is now Captain America firmly and strongly again. Bruce Banner is now the Incredible Hulk, the Immortal Hulk again. Tony Stark is back. He's taken the armor over. He's Iron Man again. Thor Odinson is back. He's Thor again. So they did the diversity, and they seem to have, all those characters seem to kind of still be around, but the guys with the big titles and the big numbers are all being kind of brought back in the fold. So it almost feels like a failed experiment, unfortunately. As a retailer, I like the fact they tried it, because you have this one group of fans that don't like it and they hate it, and the sales have kind of proved them right in a short-term manner. Like, yes, they want Tony Stark in the suit. They want whatever. They don't want Riri Williams. However, you're all old, see, and I want, hopefully, maybe there's a comic guy after I'm dead who wants to own this business, and you'll all be dead and not buying comics anymore. And to get younger people buying comics, this diversification, I think, was important. I don't think it was important necessarily for the actual, social justice. We got to have diversification. It was important to start trying to include more characters and get new readers. And unfortunately, these new number ones are going to sell very well. I'm going to do well with them, and I will make good money. But I will be getting more money from the same people who are already spending it. It will not bring in brand new readers. That hasn't happened in stores. I haven't seen that happen. I can't speak for all stores. I can only speak for mine. We do a lot of advertising for a store our size, and yet all that's going to happen is basically you're going to move the $5 you were spending on book X over now to book Y. And so that's what will happen is these books will do well, but it'll just be money transferring from one account to the other, kind of deal. It's not like I'm seeing more money actually coming in. So that's where that's at.
Okay. What about the book? Was it good?
Did you read it? I sold out. I sold them all, Mike. I didn't get a chance to read it.
No.
Yeah, it's a $10 book.
That's why I want to know.
I didn't want to mess it up.
That's why I want to know from the guy who bought 80 of them what if it was any good or not.
I told you I bought like 30 of them.
But thanks for the behind the scenes. How about let's talk about this thing that's here. I don't know what it is. It's a thing.
Fallout 76.
76 is the Spirit of 76?
No,
it's Vault 76.
Yeah. So Bethesda,
The creators of such fine games as Fallout and
Skyrim and
the
Rage.
Elder Scrolls, which is Skyrim.
Rage.
Big money. These guys, they make fat cash. They're making more money than the movies are going to make this year. Kind of company.
Skyrim has done very well for them because they can keep releasing that exact same game and people keep giving them like, here's some more money, I own it again.
PS5's been announced. Get Skyrim on board.
Yeah, I was like, it'll be Skyrim.
Upgrade that bad
remastered edition.
How about Fallout?
But Fallout.
Okay, then.
From the company that made Skyrim,
which is Skyrim. But no, so Fallout. So 3 days ago, I believe Bethesda changed on their Facebook page their banner to the kind of Fallout symbol, or the please wait, the old style like TV please wait thing.
For when the stuff's loading.
Yeah. So and then everyone like all of a sudden freaked out because that was it. A lot of people thought that they would be announcing a new Skyrim because there's been a new Fallout more recently.
Fallout 4 wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, E3 is coming up later this month.
What's
next month
E3?
In June. E3 is the Consumer Electronics Expo for gaming. It's all about video games and cool stuff.
Cool.
So there's usually where all the huge announcements are made for video games and things like that. So yes, Fallout. That was there. The next day they started a 24-hour Twitch stream of like a little like setup, and there was like a TV that had the please wait thing on it, and there was like Vault Boy, and it was like kind of a puppet show periodically. It was real weird
for 24 hours.
It was like 24 hours. Like so you'd see like a hand come up and like move Vault Boy, and they tucked him in, and then there was like a puppet that came up. It was real weird. Like I watched bits and pieces of it, like flipped in because I kept waiting for the announcement, and then they finally did it. They announced Fallout 76. So yeah, I know you've played a lot of hours of Fallout.
Yeah.
I have.
I still haven't finished it. I just keep playing. It's one of those weird games where you don't actually ever have to finish the game and still have fun. Like you're just gonna go around exploring. Like he's such a noob. He doesn't even know how to use a Pip-Boy. That's sad.
I could have brought the screen. We could have had a screen. It would have actually done shit.
Do whatever you have to do to make this a conversation.
Okay, so he's just here for what?
Vault 76 in the mythos of Fallout is like a very mysterious vault. And basically each vault is a Fallout shelter. In the world, there's Fallout shelters strewn throughout the world where people went when this war happened and things were going to happen. And so each vault has a number.
This isn't working.
And it turned out that the company that made the vaults, each vault had some screwy thing with it.
A lot of
Basically, they were all horrible social experiments that really screwed with people's minds or did horrible things to them. And so Vault 76 is the one that seems to be the most mysterious.
Yeah, it was. So in the original Fallout, but the Fallout 3, the one that really relaunched, the franchise, which that was another big rumor that they thought they were just going to renounce because 10th anniversary of that, which I still think at E3 you may see. It may probably release on a Switch or something like that. But there's a terminal you can go to that kind of lists some vaults, and one of them lists Vault 76 as a control vault. So that vault, no social experiments. It was as advertised, as they always like advertise it in the game. The Fallout shelter, the guys come around. Yeah, you're gonna save family. Yeah,
okay.
But yeah, it was the actual how they.
So now we're hearing that the rumor is that this vault, all the other vaults have opened over time, hundreds of years after the bombs fell or whatever. And the rumor is this vault is going to open 20 years after the bombs fell. Is something I've heard.
25 or something like that. Is what it's supposed to.
Very close.
Yep.
So the world's going to be truly still messed up.
Yep, it's supposed to be like for the Reclamation Day, and as somebody had like pasted out the timeline. If it falls in there, it is the same amount of time. It is the same time when Super Mutants started.
Okay.
Because the Master.
So we're going to be the ones that start that.
Yeah, the Master was like but that was on the like, kind of the West Coast, I think. But there's 3 different Super Mutants places where they started. So it's in that timeline, like way early when they're reclaiming.
Very exciting.
I think
it's going to make a lot of money. Do you think we're going to see it for fourth quarter? Is it going to come out October, November?
So I think so, because last time they announced, they were like, and it'll be out in 3 months. Okay. Because because no one expected that. So if they follow suit with that.
With that said, then are we looking at basically just a reskin, you think, of the latest Fallout, or will we actually get new content quick?
I think it's going to be completely new content, because
really?
A lot of the rumors are that this one is going to be either co-op or multiplayer.
Oh.
Like you are retaking, so I think what's going to happen is like Vault 76, so like in the Mythos, those will be essentially turn into the Wastelanders.
Gotcha.
But
what's the name of our little squad going to be if it's going to be co-op or multiplayer? Because we're going to have to do that. I don't know. And you'll be able to name it something stupid.
Yeah, I'm sure, because they proved that people really enjoyed the settlement building. Not everyone did, and they didn't make people do that in the last game, but. Yeah. I think that'll be a big part of the settlement building and kind of more of that resource management. I think it's going to be a survival game, Fallout survival.
I'm looking forward to it. I might have to actually hurry up now and finish Fallout 4.
Yeah.
So very cool stuff. Very cool. Very excited about that. So hey, turns out that Mr. Lincoln from The Walking Dead's like peace out after 9 seasons is the rumor right now. Are you still watching?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So. Spoilers, I think, because I'm like 2 seasons behind now. Carl's dead.
Carl's dead.
All right, so in the comics, that pretty much ends the comic series if that were to happen, I think, because him and their relationship is what the book is truly about. Mm-hmm. So I was surprised when they killed off his character, or heard that they killed off his character. Don't know exactly how they did it. Didn't know if it was done well or not. But now, if Lincoln goes, does the show continue?
Well, I guess they're throwing about $20 million at Norman Reedus to be the series lead, and I don't know. Who knows? They'll.
I mean, if you know what, here's the deal.
It's one of the highest rated shows on TV, but ratings have gone down in the last 2 years. Absolutely. So there's gonna be a new showrunner this year. Gimple has stepped up actually to run both shows, overseeing, so somebody's taking his place over Walking Dead, and then there's whoever's running the Fear. Well, actually, Fear the Walking Dead is very good this season.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I've never watched an
episode.
episode.
I've not heard good things up until I think recently.
Yeah, this season's much different.
This season 3?
Maybe 4. 3.
I said I've never seen a single episode. So,
Yeah.
and then they had a crossover.
Yeah, Morgan made his way. He left the show. He left The Walking Dead and went on a walkabout, and he ends up over with that group over there.
At the same time? Like
Yes.
is the times line up
Yeah,
now?
the times are lined
I
up
thought
now.
Fear was. Did Fear start out before?
Fear, yes.
Okay.
Fear started out when people started
Turning.
today. Yeah.
Okay, so
that's
the people didn't like that. They
cool.
didn't want it all zombies, so they fast forwarded the timeline.
Yeah, they definitely between seasons they jumped ahead, and
Okay.
and they did that throughout the last 2 or 3 seasons.
I
They
like
did
that.
They didn't do it all at once.
That's a cool idea.
Do you know how ratings were with the season finale of Walking? Because I know there was like the big. If you haven't seen it, I guess. But
Is it even over?
Yeah.
Last season.
Yeah.
I only know that because I don't watch it, but I did see that the end of that the season finale.
It might be time to catch up.
Yeah, it's not as good as it used to be, and I'm talking about ratings now. and the show is not. I said to Casey, this really needs to get better, and because it's as close to appointment television as we get anyway. That and let's say Game of Thrones, like, oh, this is all we need to watch. And even if we don't watch it Sunday night, which we try to, we watch it as soon as we can because I knew it's part of the zeitgeist. People are going to talk about it. Yeah. So have somebody like me who really likes the show start to be feel that way about it. That means a lot of people are feeling that way about it. So. And then they've already lost
people.
Well, I'm just saying they've already lost the casual fan and the somebody who's really into it. If I start to feel like they need to make some changes or they need to do something different.
So what are the changes you think that they would recapture kind of that love and passion?
What gets the ratings up to 2 points?
As far as ratings, I don't know. What I would like to see is just more of a return to just basic storytelling. Tell me, have 2 or 3 arcs in a season rather than this huge overarching thing. Decide if Negan is a bad guy or a good guy. Stop making me wait through the lull moments for the
half season and the season finale.
Yeah, because I know that's what it's going to be. I know episode 2 is not going to be anywhere near as good as 1 or 6, and I know 8 is not going to be anywhere good as 7 or 10. So why invest that kind of time? Jeffrey Dean Morgan he's good at that as that character, but man, it's just a lot of the same for him as far as his character shows up and says something cool and kind of walks out. He's not touched anybody with that bat since he knocked out those 2. Okay, so
he got split across.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a lot of things can change. Maybe they will.
So, hey, the Kokomocon shirts have arrived.
Nice. Look at that. You went with Frozen this year.
Do you know how much money Frozen has made, dude? I'd be stupid not to.
I know. What is it? What is it?
It's Kokomocon.
Oh, it's a wand.
When I first saw it, I thought it was the Thanos snap.
Well, I tried the Thanos snap a minute ago, but both of you were still here, so it didn't work.
So yes, you can start picking those up on First Friday, and Kokomo's finest comic book store, Comics Cubed, will have those.
Awesome. How much?
They're $20, and that will be your ticket into the show. Nice. $20 for sizes medium through extra large, and then anything above extra large is $25. Hey, anybody seen any movies lately?
We saw Solo a couple days ago.
What was that?
Solo.
Oh. Hey, Mike, what did you think of Solo? That's a Star Wars movie.
I saw it with your wife, by the way.
Cool.
She
did not want to go.
It was a pleasant surprise.
I went opening preview night,
yeah,
and she didn't want to deal with the crowd or the heat.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "No, I'm going." So, because I knew that would be ruined. What did you think? What are your initial thoughts? Have you seen it yet?
I have not.
Oh, we're gonna ruin this for you.
Oh, that's fine.
I was kind of bored about the first half, and then it picked up second half, but it was not to me as good as any of the last newer movies, as far as 7 or 8 or Rogue One. Others just okay.
So the one thing I kept hearing over and over, and people kept saying, is like, "Oh man, there's the twist, there's a twist," and I was like, the only twist that would truly surprise me is that Han or Chewie are dead, and like we've been a clone this entire time, or Chewie is just a title, and he is like Chewie 7 was who was the one in the thing. But I kept seeing that.
There was no twist.
I have no clue what twist they could be talking about.
Well,
that's not me trying to save you.
There's a cameo.
So unless they're confusing the word cameo and twist, but like I saw several people tell me.
Some people are ignorant. They might have done
but
that.
I saw several people and I'm like, there's no twist that can like.
There is a great end of movie.
There's 3 people I know that are gonna make it through in that movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was really well done. I thought the action was on point. I thought the story was quite good. The effects were good. My nitpick would be simply that, again, it was too dark. And when I say that, I don't mean the story itself.
No, again, it was very dark.
It's like, just give me some light. No, space should be dark, but there's occasionally things that
don't take place in space.
It just give
me.
It's
amazing, in like in that distant galaxy with all the tech they have, how bad their lighting is.
It was really dark. I can't tell if it's to hide CGI or practical effects or just lazy, but I don't like it. I really wish that we could light things a litlittle better.
That whole first act, which is the part I was bored through because it was mostly chase scene, was
but you
super.
Hate chase scenes.
Super. I do, but it was super dark.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm disappointed. We didn't see Han Solo become a good pilot. We didn't see him fail. We didn't see how he knows he can fly, how he learned to fly, how anything like that. You know, he can drive.
Force.
He can drive. He doesn't have the force.
Force is in all of us.
I liked it, and I thought
Not in Han Solo.
I thought
Not
new
Han.
Chewbacca was absolutely amazing.
Sure. Do you see he got second billing?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, when the credits rolled, he was second.
That's awesome.
It really is.
His mannerisms were just dead on. We can say what we want about the Han Solo versus Harrison Ford Han Solo. Some people are down on Lando, which I just think those people are nuts.
Yeah.
So they're seeing a little bit of that, but
Crazy talk.
I saw a lot of people just loved Donald Glover as Lando.
He's
they want,
great. He was
They
great.
like they're a lot of people are like they want a Lando. Movie.
One, I would watch a Lando movie, but two, when he opens his mouth for the first time, he has to talk for a couple of minutes before I wasn't convinced that maybe Billy D hadn't dubbed some lines to transition over, because he sounds, besides the mannerisms and all that, he sounds like Billy D. Williams. He's great. Overall, I thought I'm, I guess, the only person on the planet that really doesn't enjoy Rogue One. So this for me was because Rogue One's just a big downer and everybody's a jerk. There's not a single person in the show to like.
It's probably my top.
They're all horrible people and they all deserve to die.
Well,
They're all bad people.
Jin's not a horrible person.
She's not a good person. She's definitely not. I didn't root for any of them.
Okay.
No,
they
the
got the
robot.
plan. They
The
got
robot
the
who's
plan.
a jerk.
K2SO?
The robot who's a jerk. I liked him, but he's a robot being a jerk.
Who's the voice of this robot in this one?
I have no clue.
Is it Kate Blanchett? It sounded like Kate
No,
Blanchett.
it's not. I saw a picture of her, and I cannot remember her name.
I mean, is she somebody or somebody we'd know?
no.
Okay.
Not. So there's no one I recognized when I saw her and saw her name because I was
Yeah.
like, why are they interviewing her on the Star Wars carpet?
Right.
I'm like, oh, she's the voice of the robot.
For
No clue who you are.
this generation, if this is their Han Solo, I don't feel like they got cheated. I think this guy did a fine job.
It was a decent movie. I just didn't. It didn't blow me away like the others have.
Gotcha.
So I mean, we know next year is the next in the Star Wars
Year and a half wait.
Year and a half wait, but movie after that is unannounced. What is?
Is it Boba Fett?
It will either be.
Well, as far as I know, it's not. They've not announced what the next movie is. There's like
I thought they'd finally
there's
come
a
out and say
ton
something
of
about a Boba Fett movie.
There's a ton of crap.
What the next movie's going to be,
Rona.
they haven't said.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a ton of crap I know thrown out there,
Gotcha.
but as far as I know, it's all
It'll,
speculation.
I think it'll either be Obi-Wan or Boba Fett.
I think financially they made a mistake with this movie putting it out when they did. It's too close to the last movie.
I think you need longer build times between.
It's not. I think it's doing fine at the box office, but it's not doing the Star Wars kind of
so
numbers we've
I
come
think
to
that's the other
expect.
problem. They released it like Avengers,
Yes.
Deadpool, Solo.
Black Panther,
Black
Avengers,
Panther.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
So, I'm a hardcore geek, and I'm like,
I would have loved that.
I'm
to
about
be,
done.
I would have loved that to have been more of my late summer blockbuster.
Yes.
I think if
They need to move, but Star Wars needs to move back to winter.
it either needed to be before Christmas or the late
That
summer
Thanksgiving time,
blockbuster.
I think, would have been great for it. And I
Because-
think they made a mistake. But I also think you have a group of people in society now that have built it up, and now they want to tear it down, which is, I think, something that fans do. And you're much more actively involved in the Star Wars fandom within your niche of really hardcore fans. I know I saw it in your own group with Last Jedi.
Yeah,
there
they
was people just
All my-
gnashing at the
I'm
teeth
the only
to
person
rip it
I know that I like it the least of all the person I know. People I know. Everybody I know put it in their top 3, their top 5. They ranked them all, and they think it's awesome, which is cool. The thing is, I don't want to crap on anybody else's love for something.
Sure.
If you said you liked it, that's awesome. I'm glad you liked it. I liked it, but I wasn't crazy about it. But you're not wrong. You're not dumb for liking it. So
Make sure you get a copy of that.
I get why people like Rogue One.
Right.
It's a very good movie. It's well put together. It's got more depth, but it's not fun.
Right.
And I go to a Star Wars movie for fun. That is a popcorn movie for me. And that one was just a little too dark. Whereas Han Solo was a popcorn movie. Check your brain at the door. Things that are wrong. I'm always under the impression that Chewie and Han met in the Kessel spice mines. I actually think that is like somewhere in continuity, that's how they met. No,
Well,
it's not how they met? How did they meet, sir?
you just saw it.
Well, that's how it is in that movie.
Well, Disney wiped
But-
all
All the
kind of-
legend stuff.
yeah.
I don't know. But
I
the
mean,
legends-
that's always been my impression. So
Originally,
Originally.
Chewie was a member of Wookiee slaves that Han supplied orders for and released.
as he was an Imperial at that time. All right, so different. All right, so they've done some changes. Their meeting didn't have depth to me, unfortunately. By the time it was done, the relationship felt great, but with their initial meeting, there's no they don't explain how Han becomes a great pilot.
Right.
They don't explain why Chewie's in a giant hole.
Yeah,
He's
well, they
just
talk
there.
about it.
Do they?
They said they
There's just a monster in a hole.
no, they enslaved a bunch. They went to Kashyyyk and grabbed a bunch and enslaved them.
Oh,
They said that in the show. I'm almost sure.
I'll have to rewatch it, but I don't remember that. But I also just don't remember why because you don't see any others on that planet that I'm aware of.
Well, remember he rescued 2 or 3 of them. Do you remember? Did you go get popcorn?
No.
Did you? You sure you watched this
Are
movie?
you
Oh,
thinking
it was on
Kessel?
Kessel.
I'm
Yes.
not in the giant pit.
Oh,
When
no,
they
no.
find him, he's covered
No,
in mud.
no.
There's just like one Wookiee at random.
He's a really
in
big one.
pit. Like,
Rancors are hard to. Number one, hard to feed. Lots of feed. Rancor chow is expensive, pal. Okay.
hey, what do you want to finish up on, Mike?
That's it.
That's all you brought? We cover everything on your list for once?
Yeah.
What else you got?
Yeah,
Is
well,
there-
I mean-
are there like 2 things not crossed out? 3 things?
Well, I didn't cross my line. The last thing on here that's not super exciting is the Watchmen series. Damon Lindelof came out and said how he feels the series is, what's it going to be about, where it's going to be set, and even named some
Now, who's going to
casting.
have Watchmen? Which channel? Or,
I think it's Stars.
Is it
HBO.
HBO,
Okay,
so
HBO.
another pay.
It'll be money.
You're
They'll
gonna
throw money
pay
at it.
some money.
Yeah.
And HBO likes making money.
They
They've
do
done
like
very
make
well
money.
with it.
Yeah.
So
This is set from what I understand from what he said, because he kind of rambled a little bit over like a series of like 9 tweets. But I don't know why we have to tweet everything nowadays.
stop with Tweeter.
It's set in the Watchmen universe, and we may see and or refer to some of the Watchmen characters, but it is not. It's not going to rehash the same things we've seen.
Okay. So it's gonna
That history will be there, but not.
So is
Watchmen
this
is-
during, or post the...
That I don't know. He was very non-specific.
Sounds
And
more like a Watchmen playground, like
Yeah.
an open sandboxy kind of thing. Use the
Regina
elements of the
King,
war.
as far as I know, Regina King is the biggest name they've announced anyway, as far as casting goes. And she can carry a show. She's solid. She's a really good actress. But I don't know who she would be.
Have they,
I don't know who she would be.
have they announced like the budget for this yet?
No. I mean, not that I know of.
assload.
Well, you're seeing like all these shows getting this astronomical amount of money because like the Lord of the Rings show they have been talked about. It's something they've already deemed that they're going to do like over $1 billion to make the Lord of the Rings show. Like,
What did it get called?
like,
We're gonna need to hire some more people, and we need to
I
make,
think they're
we
ju-
need to make New Zealand physically bigger.
I'm
we just need to
pretty
start putting rocks into the ocean
Yeah.
and make it.
I'm pretty
it
sure
just needs to
they're-
be bigger.
They'll film it in Canada like everything else.
the $1 billion is going towards.
what
I think
that
they have to genetically engineer actual dragons. I think at this point.
Or hobbits. There's gonna be real hobbits.
We actually have made.
Real hobbits.
No,
I don't know. Canada, yes, I agree. usually,
HBO
but I think-
finds a way.
but I think the Lord of the Rings stuff is so closely tied to New Zealand that I'd almost bet that it's going to be filmed there.
I mean, plus the
surprised.
Hobbiton, Hobbit Town thing.
They've got,
So I
they
mean,
got a
they
bunch of
can
stuff.
save.
Wet is there, I believe.
If you can
who
save a
does
little
all
bit of
the
money,
effects.
just.
So
But like I said, I don't know if it's
Peter
gonna happen
Jackson
in time.
got any involvement at all?
Not that I
doubt it.
saw. No.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay. Cool, everybody. Well, hey, thanks for checking out GeekStorm. We'll do it again sometime. It'll be fun, exciting. It's not like they're stopping giving us material to talk about this week. So next week I can only imagine what they'll do.
Next week, who'll tweet something that
Oh, it'll be
gets
great.
them
Big groove, everybody.
Tweetage. Tweet.